Well, my people, there again once more. Big up respect and manners to each and everyone. I hope that everyone are right. As you may say, yeah, my people. Now, I'm going to present a piece of a video to you. And I edit this piece of video because the video shows a person who was bleeding from the nose and the mouth. So I somewhat edit the video to block out certain things because I could see blood on the clothes and there was something that the person was using to wipe while the person had explained certain things about the whole situation. So the person said certain things in the video that gave me the understanding that the person in at least one part of the video said that a doctor said Google it pertaining to the bleeding of the nose for your subscribers. And in my point of view, I assume that the person was not only upset but also scared as well too. Viewers and subscribers, I would like you to listen to the things that the person said in this video and tell me what you think. You know, you can tell me what you think about the whole situation overall based on how the person explained the situation. Anyways, without any delay, some of the scenes in this edited video might not be suitable for everyone. Viewer discretion is advised. Observe, my people.
This morning, at about 3:20 or so, I woke up choking, right? I woke up choking and I felt like my nose running. So I thought I simply had the flu. So I went for a piece of tissue and I wiped my nose. And I realized the more I wipe, the more my nose bleed and bleed and bleed. No, let me rephrase that. The more I wipe, the more I feel fluid coming down because it was dark. I just woke up. No light was on. When I looked down on the napkin, this is what was there. This is what's there now. But I'm referring to at about 3 a.m. this morning. When I turn on the light, sorry, this is a bit bloody.
I really had to edit out certain things.
But yeah, I just have to bring this out because I need advice. Okay? So I woke up in the morning and when I looked down on the napkin, because it was dark, but when I looked down on the napkin, I realized that blood, some dark color was there. So I hurry up and turn on the light. When I turned on the light, I realized my nose was bleeding a lot. And then I felt like something big there. When I blow my nose now, clot of blood was in my nose. The clot was coming out. So I hurried to the hospital. When I went to the hospital, it had stopped bleeding when I went up there. It was about like 3:40. I went up there.
Really they have to edit out certain part of people. It's you see me I say.
I drove. I went up by the hospital, and when I got up there at the time, the nose had stopped bleeding. So I saw the doctor at about 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock around there. Then the doctor prescribed a nasal spray.
Okay.
The doctor prescribed a nasal spray, and when she prescribed the nasal spray, I went to buy it. The same time, I put it up in my nose. I went to sleep. I got up this afternoon. I was feeling fine. Nothing was wrong.
Okay.
Then tonight, on my way home, it was around 8 o'clock or so, or even a bit after 8. I don't know the exact time. My nose started bleeding again. So at this point, I was close to the hospital anyway. So I went up there, and while I was going up there, the nose still bleeding. By the time I got there, my nose was still bleeding. They rushed me inside, and they just recommend that I hold my head up like this. But I felt like something wanting to come out, like the clot again. Another set of clot wanted to come out my nose.
Oh.
Another piece of clot wanted to come out my nose. So I blow my nose with the clot, and the nurse told me not to blow my nose because that would cause the clot to come out and it would cause my nose to continue bleeding. Okay? I went up there and I had to wait a while. Then my nose stopped bleeding. So I saw the doctor and she was about to deal with somebody else. So I looked at her and she was like, "You ready to go home?" I said, "I believe I need a head scan or something like that because it is not a common thing for my nose to bleed like this. Look at all this clot of blood." Okay? And this is just now. This morning, the same thing happened to me this morning. Okay? And it happening to me tonight again. Right? It's happening to me tonight again. And I went up at the hospital and I told the doctor, "I believe I need a head scan or something because I normally suffer from terrible headaches." So I was just explaining that to her. She said it's not necessary to do a scan because the nose bleeding is a common thing and I should Google how to stop a nosebleed. So I was like, "So if it starts bleeding like this, what should I do?" She told me to go on Google and Google how to stop a nosebleed. And me, so foolly, me I go for Google how to stop one nosebleed. Right? Me I go for Google how to stop one nosebleed and the doctor right there. You understand me? I say I don't want to cry because I don't want to make such a emotional video. Right? But right now I'm just kind of angry, right? And so the lady tell me, if the nosebleed happen again, just put up my head like this. Let me tell you something. When that happened to me 3 o'clock this morning, I was sleeping. Right? I was sleeping. And I wake up choking because it was the blood that was choking me. And then I realized it was blood when I started wiping, as I explained earlier. And now it happened this morning. I was just subscribe a nasal spray. I thought that would work. And now it happened again tonight. I went up there and the doctor is telling me that the scan isn't necessary because my nose have to be continuously bleeding before they can give me a scan or go any further. So then when I say my nose have to continue bleeding. My nose have to continue bleeding. And she said, yes, the nose have to continue bleeding non-stop and then they will put something in my nose and then I'll be able to get a scan. And then I would say, so when it happened to me again, what should I do? The doctor tell me to go and Google what to do. Right? The lady tell me to Google how to stop a nosebleed. I am telling her I normally have bad headaches and stuff like that. The nasal spray at the back of it is for sinus, cold and stuff like that. I don't have sinus. I don't have cold. And my nose is just bleeding. And a lot of people telling me to go to private doctor, but that is a lot of money to go to private doctor. So if I am requesting, I'm not saying, okay, first if you're giving me advice, give me advice, but do not tell me to go and Google how to stop a nosebleed. That is the second time that happening to me. And she said, no, if because it's my first time, I'm going to be scared. And stuff like that. But there's a lot of blood coming out of my nose. I was sleeping when that happened to me. So most people going to tell me to go to the private doctor, but what happens if we don't have the money to go to the private doctor? This is my first time going live because I come in here to ask for advice. One person said to get the CT scan, another person tell me to go to a private doctor. What happens for people who don't have private doctor money? And I am scared because my nose is bleeding too bad. Look at this. And that happened this morning. And now it's happening again. And I am scared. And the only thing the doctor told me to do is when it happens again, I must put up my head like this. And I must go on Google and find out how to stop a nosebleed. I am telling you. My head, I normally get bad headaches. I'm wondering if it may contribute to that. And now you're telling me to go on Google and all kind of thing. want that now. That just come out now. A clot of blood. I cough up. And right now I am scared right now because I just came up from by the hospital. So I have to come on here and find out what else I can do other than tilting my head up. Because I don't want, when I go to sleep tonight, I don't wake up because I get choked up my own blood. I know when I tilting my head up, I feel all the blood coming down my throat. I feel all the blood coming down my throat.
Alright, my people, I am not a certified doctor. I'm not a deformer doctor. You understand? But there's one advice I know I can give. Is that when it comes on to a situation like that, make sure that you get any advice from someone who's a certified medical doctor pertaining to a situation like that. So may I say, you don't take advice from anybody pertaining to something like that because you might take the wrong advice. You know what I mean? It really sad for you the things that a female say. May I be real with you. But my best advice is that she always take her advice from a certified medical doctor who can handle that type of situation where she go through. So may I say, because this is your health. This is no joke thing. Now, if one doctor tell you something that you don't agree with, you go to another doctor, another certified doctor. That's the best advice me can give. So may I say, this is your health. This is your health. Don't take advice from anybody. Just like that. This is your health. A doctor will be best to deal with a situation like this. Sad, but I just saw it go. I understand that this can be scary. Trust me, I understand that this can be scary. Let me know what you think, my people. Until the next time, my name is Dancehall Skilla. Big up.